Well, welcome back. Even though the summer is winding down, swimming at the South Shore YMCA is heating up, at least the competitive swim program, because there's a brand new person in charge at the helm. His name is Tim Mulvihill, and he's joining us on the program to talk more about his background and his kind of goals and missions for the program at the Y. So Tim, welcome. Thanks for coming over.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Actually, you're not new to the Y or to Quincy.
No, I was here in 2007 to 2009. At that time, I was the head coach of the South Shore YMCA Stripers. This role is a little different, but certainly our goals and intentions are the same. So it's exciting to be back and to work in Quincy and especially work with the Y again.
So talk to us a little bit about your background and your experience in this role, in this realm.
Well, I've primarily, as you can detect from my accent, I'm Australian. So I spent a good part of my professional career coaching and as a high school teacher in Australia before coming to Quincy and the Y in 2007. And it was sort of a fortuitous gamble on both sides to sort of get me here the first time, and we certainly had great success. My wife and I went back to Australia to have our son Andrew, and the leadership at the Y presented an outstanding opportunity for me to come back, and I leapt at it. And we're really looking forward to a great future for Quincy swimming, but the South Shore YMCA as a whole.
So this is kind of a different role for you then,
It is.
Swimming, yeah.
It is. The Director of Competitive Swimming ultimately, over time, will be sort of managing the program from a macro perspective.
Yes.
Because we're obviously looking to bring our brand of swimming and our goals to other facilities and other programs around the South Shore. But certainly initially my role is very operational, very hands-on on the deck, working with all of our groups and all of our swimmers. So that's the distinction between a head coach and the Director of Competitive Swimming. It's going to grow over time.
Now the program itself, competitive swimming, who are you competing with? Is this a national model?
Yes, well, we're in the unique position of being part of the YMCA swimming structure and the USA swimming structure. Okay. So essentially it just gives us greater variety for the swim meets we can attend, and actually builds a much more accessible structure for our youngest swimmers right through our most competitive swimmers, because we can always find a competition that sort of meets their needs. Okay.
So it's based on their level of expertise and
Absolutely.
where they are in development.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the way that we structure our program is certainly reflective of that. Yeah. It's you know, we assess for skill development at a certain point, and then consider age as a secondary to that, and place the swimmers in appropriate groups, and then structure the program for optimum development.
Well, the program, we should point out too, is at both the Quincy and the Hanover
That's right.
campuses.
Yes, yeah, and you know, it's always been there. It hasn't necessarily always been under the umbrella of the Y.
Yes.
And so part of my brief in 2007 and 2009 was to bring it back under that umbrella, and certainly to an extent this time around as well, which I don't find incredibly difficult to do, because the Y is such a great organisation, and you know, our mission from a swim team perspective blends perfectly with the Y's mission, you know, of you know, youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. Yeah,
you really take a more holistic approach as opposed to just swim fast and make the best time. You want more to it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I think you know, it'd be silly if we didn't embrace that opportunity to create depth and richness to the experience for the kids on swim team. You know, and we're able to do that because we're a Y team. You know, the pillars that I like to think that underpin our program are sort of growth, performance, diversity, inclusivity, and finally fun. So in that sense, you know, we can tap into, you know, broader themes and broader messages, because they're probably you know, equally critical in terms of getting the kids to improve and to swim best times. You know, so we like to provide for everyone, whether they want to go to the Olympics or they're just happy swimming 3 days a week and, you know, doing their high school team, or, you know, they've got other focuses and other activities.
Right. So meet their needs and
Absolutely.
Their goals.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably seen as impossible, but I think we do a pretty good job about being able to manage all of that, and that's one of our strengths.
Do you have that background from Australia? Was that one of it? Is there like a YMCA type organization?
There's not really. No? It's basically Australian swimming in the same way it would be the USA swimming structure, and there are teams on the South Shore that are structured like that. So again, that was one of the driving factors for me to come back, because I just really loved that opportunity to add a different dimension, a different depth to what we do. You know, because at the end of the day, like I sort of tell our parents and coaches, you know, we're athlete-centered, we're coach-driven, and we're parent and YMCA supported.
Yeah.
So, you know, our organisation of the Y gives us, you know, that ability to have that kind of success model.
Right. How many swimmers in the program right now, Tim?
We're looking around 200 currently.
Really?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the phone's still ringing off the hook, both in Hanover and Quincy, so we have a little room left. But
okay.
You know, a combination of the great buzz of the team going forward and the Olympics has certainly helped us.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. And we're looking to capitalise on that going forward.
Yeah. Is the Michael Phelps phenomenon a part of the interest, do you think?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it was in 2008,
Really?
post-Beijing, and you know, I mean, all of those sort of dominant Olympic sports seem to get it.
Yeah.
You know, I'd like to think that the message we're getting out about our swim team has a little bit to do with that as well.
Yeah.
But certainly doesn't hurt having Team USA do as well as it has at the Olympics.
Have you ever coached an Olympian?
No, the closest I've got is sort of an Olympic trial swimmer,
Okay.
so someone that qualifies to go there, and sort of, I guess, made the final for that. But you know, you only take two. And so, you know, third and beyond, it's, you know, thanks for coming. But,
right.
you know, it's a very small, select group.
Obviously.
So,
Yeah.
you know, that's on, you know, my to-do list as such, you know, at the top end. But I just love, you know, coaching and,
Yeah.
you know, connecting with the kids and just creating a great environment. You know, so it becomes more than just something that they do on a Monday afternoon.
What is the age range that we're talking about here for the competitive swim program?
We really probably on average age ranges from 6 through 18, so it's a genuine age group program.
Okay.
We don't have any real post-grad sort of students, I guess, come back and swim with us. The youngest we've ever taken was 4.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
so that was an exceptional case, but yeah, generally they'll fit into that age range.
And you assess them when they come into the program and then place them into their
Yeah,
category?
exactly.
Okay.
So the process is sort of come in for a tryout, see where they are from a skill development standpoint.
Right.
You know, our website has sort of minimum standards that we look for in each group. We're very flexible with those, but it
Okay.
gives us a framework. And then, you know, we talk about sort of all of the other aspects of the program because it's a pretty big undertaking.
Yeah.
'Cause it's a complicated process
Yeah.
as far as the dynamics of a season with swim team is concerned.
And what is the commitment once they're into the program in terms of practicing and, you know,
Sure.
time commitment?
Yeah, look, you know, we try to establish the whole program for optimal development. So the swimmer that wants to go to the Olympics can,
Okay.
and then we sort of scale back from there and work with parents and swimmers on an individual basis. And then we just tailor expectations to meet, you know, what they're able to commit to. And in that way, again, we sort of have a program for everyone. And so there's no naming and shaming if they're late for practice or going to miss one here or there, because again, we take a long-term approach. I see them as sort of 8-year-olds through 18-year-olds. We have a decade to develop them as a swimmer. So the odd session or practice missed here or there, you know, doesn't stress me out too much.
Yeah, that's very unique and different. I think folks hearing that would be very surprised to say, you know, I'm not going to get in trouble if I don't make practice.
Yeah,
you know?
no, I think there can be sort of two things that sort of let programs down is probably that mentality and, you know, coaches or head coaches not being as approachable or as accessible to a parent group
Yeah.
as well. And, you know, I'd like to sort of put myself forward as you know, as approachable because I really view it as a sort of coach, parent and swimmer relationship
Yeah.
that makes this thing successful. So
I have a couple of photos we wanted to show folks of kind of you
Sure.
in action at the pool. Now this was probably your previous assignment at the Y as a coach. Is that right?
I think these might have been taken from our recent trials.
Oh, okay.
Tryouts.
All right.
Yeah, so I was just working with some kids there, you know, talking about, you know, what I was looking for in that particular tryout,
Yeah.
just explaining some ins and outs of you know, how we were going to structure things. So yeah.
And this is not, you know, not 200 kids obviously in this particular session.
No,
so-
this particular tryout was for returning swimmers.
Okay.
And you know, they're sort of, as you can see, they're probably the older swimmers in our group. We have a tremendous injection of youth down in our silver and gold groups, which is the sort of 8 through 11-year-olds, which is the first time really that's happened in the Quincy swimming program, which makes me incredibly excited for future development, because that's you know, that's the next group coming through.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really, you know, looking forward to the upcoming season.
Well, and speaking of the future, of course, there's going to be a brand new facility.
Yes, yeah, no, that's
yeah.
you know, I'd be lying if I didn't say that was another carrot for me.
Little incentive
coming back.
Yeah,
yeah certainly. Look, it's just the current leadership's done a tremendous job in putting forward the South Shore YMCA and the initiatives that, you know, the last time I was here were talked about, but you know, they sort of existed loosely in a cloud above everyone.
Right.
And just the action that's been undertaken that I've just observed since coming back is amazing. So
yeah.
Look, I think it just opens a new chapter for an entrenched you know, organisation like the YMCA, and simply gives us more opportunity to provide for more of the community.
SSYMCA.org, the main website for the Stripers, SSYstripers.com.
That's right.
Or give the Y a call, 479-8500, extension 175.
That's me.
Tim, a pleasure.
Thanks very
Nice
much,
to
Joe.
meet you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
We'll have you back, too.
Oh, I'd
See
love
how
to
you're
come
doing.
back. Yeah, cheers.
Another quick break in the program. Back with some more community information in just a moment.
Hi, my name is Stephen, and I am a member of EDEN, End Drug Abuse Now. Statistics from